Welcome to Talk Oxford, the show which gets you talking. I'm Eve Ahmed. Today on Talk Oxford we're asking, do we need electoral reform? Supporters say proportional representation is fairer, but is first past the post actually the best system? Wine tastes better if we're told it's expensive, that's according to scientists, but are we really so gullible? And music to my ears. A survey has found that women are better drivers than men. Surprise, surprise. Well, joining me live in the studio are Peter Badger West of Ducklington Morris Dance, Frank Williams, a musician, and qualitative researcher Peter Lovett. So, obvious question, Peter, why are you called Badger? Is that something to do with the Morris world?
No, it goes back, I believe it started when I worked in the motor racing industry, and I was the guy that always stayed behind, and they suggested I was nocturnal, and it's just
It's stuck.
grew out of that.
Okay, and I've noticed you've got a lovely ruddy, outdoorsy complexion. Is that to do with Morris dancing? Because presumably it's quite a, I mean, obviously it's an outdoors thing, isn't it? It's not something that's done in
I really don't
dark
know.
halls.
My father had a ruddy complexion.
I just wondered if you've been doing some, I don't know, festival or lots of performances recently.
Several performances,
Yeah.
but no. My side were down in Brighton for the Brighton Morris Men Day of Dance.
That was
last
Saturday.
last weekend.
We were there.
Yeah.
Were
It
you
was
really?
lovely
We were there,
weather.
yes,
Yeah.
by chance.
But I didn't go because I had a singing gig. No, I haven't been out and about very
Okay.
much.
You just
In
catch the
recent
rays.
times. I do tend to catch the
Yes.
rays.
And you three guys are all musical, aren't you? Peter, what's your connection
With
to
mu-
music in Oxfordshire?
To music in Oxfordshire, goodness. Well, I'm in, for my sins, I'm in with Man Choir, which is, had they been on here before, I think, so they're sort of quite a well-known men's choir. I'm also a poor but very enthusiastic classical guitarist, and an equally poor and extremely enthusiastic jazz guitarist. And the scene in Oxford is just fantastic for both of those things.
Okay.
So,
Talking musically poor.
musically, well, poor, no, actually financially poor as well.
Oh, okay, good. Right, so I don't think you're musically poor. I won't have that.
How did you two guys meet? And was it through the music scene in Oxfordshire?
I was through music, yeah. I think through the Spin Jazz Club, really. We were holding up the bar at the back, weren't
Probably, yes.
we? And then
We facilitate each other's listening to music, don't we?
yes, something like that. And we end up at the monthly jam session at James Street Tavern, which is fantastic, you know.
Yeah.
Peter plays, but he plays very quietly.
Ah.
And massive personality like him, plays so quiet, and I want him to play louder.
Is there a place for jazz in Morris Dance, Badger? Would that be too radical?
No, not really. No.
Because it's all very traditional.
There's a place for most genres of music within Morris. There are sides that dance to Jewish-influenced music, which I believe is
Klezmer?
Klezmer.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that wouldn't do a Morris.
It does. It works.
Amazing,
Yes.
amazing. Yeah,
Yes.
Couldn't do it to Ivor Cutler, could you?
No. No, that's. I would have to admit that would seem to be impossible.
And the outfit you've got on, is that part of the costume? Not costume, the
It's
uniform,
part of the
what is it?
kit.
The kit that you wear.
Whites. I haven't got my ribbons or bell pads on. I thought they'd probably send everything crazy.
Well, Frank's actually threatening to play his saxophone later on, so I thought we could have had a medley of Morris bells and sax, but maybe it's something that we can all dream about, but not actually see, experience. I know
Well, I
that
think
you.
there's a place for jazz in Morris. You know, because most jazz is just it's a hybrid, isn't it? It's got bits of everything in it, and it's sort of like it's a bit of a monster. You know, it just grabs everything that comes in its way. If it works, jazz musicians will use it.
And I know you moved to Oxfordshire from London a while ago. Were you wondering what it would be like being a sax player and whether you'd have these opportunities here?
Well, in Oxford.
Yeah. Compared to London.
Well,
you were pretty confident.
I was
Quietly
I was
confident.
quietly confident that you know things will sort of work out, and as it turned out, it worked out quite well because I knew some musicians here, and through my wife's connections, one of our old university friends, also musicians, and they live in Oxford, so it was pretty easy. And you know, music is a very small world, and
the universal language, as they say. But anyway, you moved to Oxford, but maybe it's a good thing you didn't move to Benidorm. That's a very clumsy link there. But because I'm moving us on to our first topic for tonight, which is that the resort authorities are petitioning UNESCO for Benidorm to be a World Heritage Site, putting it on a par with places like the Taj Mahal. Now, we may think of it as skyscrapers and fry-ups, but sociologists say actually we should honour it as the epitome of the European holiday, the 20th century phenomenon. What do you think, Peter? Have you been to Benidorm?
Yes, I did market research in Benidorm, I think, for a charity that was looking for expatriate Brits to see whether they would support the charity in Britain rather than there. And I did it in France, I did it in Germany, and all over the place. But the expat Brits in Benidorm were living on a shoestring mostly, refusing to learn Spanish, and basically living a very sort of drunken and rather unpleasant lifestyle. I have to say, I mean, this is I shouldn't say that, but that's how it is. So I don't know. Maybe they epitomise something of European culture, but I don't think it should be a city of culture for that.
Yeah. What about you, Badger? Have you been there? Do you have a view on Benidorm?
I've never been. I can't imagine ever wanting to.
No.
The way I see it portrayed.
Because there's the TV programme, isn't there, called Benidorm, I think?
Well, yes. And obviously one doesn't believe everything one sees, but it just fills me with horror.
Yeah. What about you, Frank? Is it on a par with the Taj Mahal?
I think definitely it's on a par with the Taj Mahal. Architecturally, no, but I think in terms of humans and human existence, why not? You know, let's big them up and yeah.
After all, if they, you know, a few years ago they made Liverpool the city of culture, and that seemed quite strange.
I think
the place has changed enormously.
Maybe Benidorm has. I don't know.
I think we should go along thinking or hoping that there's potential everywhere, and if people are given that status, and you know, why not? They might even live up to it. So let's give them a break.
Yeah,
I say give them a break.
And the other thing, it's actually very, very harsh to judge the city because a proportion of the residents are British and choose to live a little British life in there. Because other people, of course, become fully assimilated into Spanish culture. You know, so I think maybe it's a bit tough of me to have said that.
Yeah, it's very tough.
I'm with you.
That's very tough of you.
Cruel but kind, I like to think.
I'm being charitable this week, and I think if I'm being charitable, others will be charitable.
Well done.
Have a fiver, please.
Thank you, Badger. I'll give you a fiver now.
Where do you go on holiday, Badger? Do you have a favourite place?
I mostly stay at home.
You know, I thought you were going to say that because to me, Morris dance is so quintessentially English. I'm not even British. I think it's English, isn't it? Therefore, I sort of assume that you will travel all around the country and fall in love with different places, and like Cornwall or whatever.
We go to festivals, and I go to other different festivals with my singing group.
Although actually, I haven't-
and you get a very restricted, a very sort of potted impression of these places.
on a package tour.
Well, it's sort of, yes. You go to a festival, you see the town where it's based from one particular point of view. You know, looking
From
from
backstage, you mean?
well, from backstage and
Mostly.
from the festival, looking outwards at the town. It's an odd view.
Yeah.
A view you
This
wouldn't.
Mrs. West complained that he never wants to go on holiday. Well, that's a refrain in my household because he never wants to go on holiday.
But why are you like that?
Well, because if you're on holiday, then I won't be playing my saxophone, and I'm start having withdrawal symptoms, and I start getting cold turkey or something.
Is it addictive then?
It's addictive, yes. So I have to go somewhere where I can play. That's the first thing,
Yeah.
and that's why my favourite holiday destination is Cornwall.
Because you can play Cornwall.
Totally.
Oh, you mean you want to play in public? You want to play
No,
gigs?
no, not playing
Oh,
in
right.
public, because you rent a cottage and you go and stay in a cottage and you can play to your heart's content, and then you can go off for walks.
Yeah.
I just like Cornwall.
Okay.
It's just fantastic.
Well, obviously we're not going to go on holiday to Benidorm, then we're just all going to go to Cornwall. Or not even go away. Anyway, it's time for a break now, but when we come back we'll be talking about living to the age of 100. Scientists say we shouldn't swim, we should keep shouldn't smoke, we should keep slim, have good posture, low blood pressure, low cholesterol, work till our mid-50s at least, drink no more than 4 cups of coffee a day, and own our own home or rent an expensive property. Bit of a list, but what do you think? Would you want to live to 100 anyway? We'd love to hear your views too, so do get in touch with us by email at talk@that'soxford.com and via Twitter @that'soxfordtv, and you can like us too on Facebook, and we'll